I'm a cradle Catholic, so after high school, nothing. I return, get married in the church, baptize kids, but really was searching. I really didn't have an understanding of this faith as a man.
So I think my story is one that probably resonates with a lot of the youth in this area. I found myself unarmed to rebut their claims against the faith, and I was searching for something where I could gain more information.
Prayer life before MPB, it wasn't nearly as in deep as what it probably could have been, but really at the end of the day, we're all in the same faith.
By chance, I was invited to a prayer breakfast at the First United Methodist Church. And when I got there at 6 o'clock in the morning, I couldn't believe the number of guys that I saw there that I recognized. After my first time there, we put our heads together and say, we need to take this to Our Lady Good Counsel. There's too many guys sitting here, and there's probably more we could find that need something like this. We started meeting at the church house, and we weren't sure how many guys would show up. We had room for 12, and 36 guys showed up on the first day.
What's been really different about being involved in the men's prayer breakfast is we gather each week with really no set topic other than a few general questions, but really we become a school of faith for one another. We need relationships which go way beyond just being casual. You need guys that you really know, that you can trust. We can say anything at that table and we know it's going to stay at that table.
The thing that I really like the most about MPB is that you can be yourself. You come into a situation, 6 o'clock in the morning, everybody's in the same boat, everybody's tired in some cases. You get your coffee, you sit down, and you start talking about Christ at that point. It really is nice to have that situation where it's not so always very rigid. There's a lot of fluidity that you have at your tables, and there's a lot of great communication that you have with a lot of other great guys.
Wednesdays I really look forward to, so it is sort of, I view it as a recharge in the middle of the week to my spiritual life. Every Sunday is great, but having something in the middle of the week has really been beneficial for me, and it has just really allowed me to grow my faith and to be more comfortable in social settings, in the workplace setting, discussing my faith.
One of the greatest things you will experience at MPB is the camaraderie of other men, the silence of other men, the sharing of faith with other men, and then just going forth on your day. It's like a shot of energy in the morning when you walk out there thinking, I've got guys who've got my back. We call ourselves regular Joes because any man can walk through that door at any level of searching and understanding. It is a welcome environment for discussion, sharing, and learning, and support. It truly is incredible.
MPB is something that's completely known through this entire church community, but at the same time it's reaching into other communities as well. We leave here out at church, go forth, spread the gospel. We want to do that, but in some cases we may get a question that we don't have an answer to, and it's real nice to be able to have that conversation with somebody that maybe has already gone down that road and said, hey, how have you dealt with this in your prior experience?
I certainly really felt that if I was going to continue my faith walk, that I needed to be part of something more. Certainly I wanted to get to know the people who are part of this parish and that I was sitting next to in the pews every week in a much deeper way. And so I love that I've been able to find a real treasure in each one of the guys.
I am one of the youngest members of the men's prayer group, and I would say to anybody out there that is in that 20 to 30 age range, if you are considering your faith and how you could potentially strengthen it, the men's prayer breakfast has been instrumental in my journey with the Lord.
There are a lot of men who talk about what MPB has done for them. You hear them say it's given me some comfort, it's given me better understanding. But without a doubt, what's happened is men have come to know Jesus. And there's a relationship that's deepening there. And that's something.
When I tell people about it, I say, what do you have to lose? I mean, if where you're at right now, you feel that something's missing in your life, 6 o'clock in the morning, if you're sleeping, your head's on a pillow versus coming down here and actually getting what it is that you need, some type of a better relationship with Christ, albeit with a whole bunch of guys, it's rock solid.
I can't express enough my thankfulness for my experience in the men's prayer breakfast, and I certainly would reach out to anybody who's even remotely considering their next step in faith to seriously consider joining us on Wednesday morning. It's a great walk together, certainly builds a lot of joy. You grow in your faith, and I sincerely believe that anybody who comes would find it as life-changing as I have.
I would recommend the men's prayer breakfast for anybody, whether you're 25 or 75. It is a wonderful opportunity to gather on a weekly basis and to share the stories with other men. It's an incredible bond, and it's an experience that will change your life.
We've had guys show up, walk in the room and say, where did all these guys come from? Because they think it's maybe 10 or 15 guys. When you see a room full of 150 or more guys, there's a competitive spirit in a guy that says, if they can do it, I can do it. And I'm going to go get my buddies to show up too. And some men will say, a good friend of mine has pestered me over and over again, and we would call that the Brian Hill way, because it was continuous invitation. It's infectious.